Welcome to the shop. I am the convicted Christian. I am almost 9 years clean and sober. I did just under 10 years in prison, and now I'm free and off parole, all thanks to God's love for me. At least that's what I believe. We're going to do some hobby stuff today, and we're going to talk about basically what's been going on since the last time I stopped doing videos. If you're a returning viewer from a long time ago or just from my last video that I posted yesterday, which I don't know when that'll be from when you see this video, thank you for returning. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for showing me some support by watching more than one video. If you're new here and you like what you see, could you please hit the subscribe button? This corner, that corner, it's in a corner. I know I got it set up for that. It really means a lot, and I don't have a lot, never have had a lot, but I do know that everything that God gives me, it comes from Him. So if you feel at all pulled or called to drop a follow or subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question, hit the thumbs up button, it's all appreciated. And the more support I get, the more that I feel people behind me, the more I know that God is using these videos to move somebody in their life. For the verse today, what we're going to work on is it's going to be 1 John 5, verse 14. I think this is a really good one. Because it helps explain a little bit about the things that happen in this world and the way it makes us feel. And it says, this is the confidence we have in approaching God, that if we ask anything according to His will, He hears us. Now, if you notice, it doesn't say that He does everything that we ask Him to do. It says that He hears us. And that's what He does. He always hears us. But He knows, in the long run, what's going to help us the most. He knows the path that He set for us. He knows when He might need to step in, and He knows when He needs to just listen and give you the feeling of being heard. And sometimes He knows when you need to work through that on your own. And you need to meditate, and you need to yearn for that knowledge and have zeal for the knowledge or the expectation. He knows all that. And He hears it from us. We can't lose sight of the fact that an all-knowing, all-powerful God doesn't always have to step in. And He's going to know when He needs to step in long before we do. And when we look back, we'll notice the moments when we needed it and the moments when we didn't need it. So don't be discouraged. Don't lose sight. Don't lose hope. He is hearing you. And He knows your struggles, your pain, and He knows what you need. If the fan is a little too loud, I'm sorry. It is extremely hot today. I gotta have the fans on. So if it's a problem, please let me know in the comments, and I will make sure that that's changed in the future. So, Bible verse for the day. What are we working on? So, I have done so many things for other people, and not my wife. Of course, I've done the things for her that she's asked of me and that needed to get done around the house. But I haven't done something that's just hers. Just for her. She didn't ask for it. It's purely a gift because I know it's something that she would enjoy. So I'm making a hangable mug holder that looks like this. I think it looks pretty nice. This was actually from a structural piece of wood, of laminated wood, that I cut down. It's kind of hard to see the grain right now, but it almost looks like a cutting board. And yes, this is backwards to you guys. It says God is good. And the reason why I have it set up like this is because even though you weren't able to watch me turn all these individual mug holdering stick knob things. You can watch me carve out by hand the God is Good. Now, a thing that I used to do for other people and I still do for my wife and sometimes myself is I do tattoos. I know how to do tattoos. I've done tattoos. I enjoy doing tattoos. It's something that was always something I wish I gotten further into, even as a Christian. And if you have questions about that, please ask the question, and we can go into that. There's a lot of information about it. About Christians and tattoos and all that stuff like that. But because I have that background, I'm actually able to use my Dremel. My Dremel. You can't see it down here, can you? Up here. I use this little handheld Dremel. It's a cheap, small one. Battery doesn't really last all that long. And I use some of these. I start with some of these thin tips. I don't even know if you can see that. Some of these thin tips. And I work up to that. So, let's get to it. So this is not the tip I want. This one is very aggressive and it likes to walk. So, what's nice about these Dremels is they have a spindle lock button right here, this blue button. But it's also kind of weirdly placed because if you hold it like this, like I do sometimes, you sometimes want to press it like the power button. Don't do that because you're going to strip out that spindle lock. Open it up. Now the one I'm going to start with is this one. Now I don't go all the way in. You can. And if you're not going to be using it more as a stylus, where this might get in the way, you could probably put it in there like that, and it'd be just like a little needle sticking out, if you could see that. It's very small. But I like to stick it out a little bit. You know, over half of the shank is inside there. Make sure it's where I want it. And then I tighten it down. So then, kind of looks like that. Now, I can almost use it like a stylus. I have all my other ones that I might potentially use lined up, ready to go. Now the way I do this is, I'll actually find what I like. I'll find a script that I like, and I'll print it out to the size that I want it to. I'll put this blue painter's tape down, and then I'll glue this to the painter's tape. That way, I don't get any glue on the board, and I still can use my letters. Now, you gotta wait if it's a more liquid glue, but if it's like a stick glue, you might be able to get away with doing it a little sooner. Or super glue with an activator. So, now, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect because we can clean it up. This is just to show my lines where I want to be, and then I can work with it once all the tape and everything's off of it and I have clear defined outlines. So the first step in my program is accountability. And through the last, I don't know, couple years, I found that I really wasn't holding myself accountable for not being the leader of my family. And when I found out this desire to actually lead my family in a way that they could be proud of, in the way that I could be proud of, it really opened up ways that I could help my family properly. Now that I am being the leader of my family and I am holding myself accountable to my missteps and my misdeeds prior, I'm now taking responsibility for my family. If I make a choice and it goes wrong, well, that's on me. If I decide to do something that my wife doesn't want to do, we talk it out just like any good leader would with someone that follows them. And I believe that is the plan that God has for me and my family. And so that's the start of the good. And then that is it. As you can see, it's not the easiest to see. But it gives me a basis to start. Now, if I was professional or if I was really good at this, I'd probably be able to freehand this. I'm not that good. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use, focus, I'm going to use this shaped piece, kind of conish. It actually is almost like a teardrop with a little bit of a ball on the tip. And I'm going to go in almost straight up and down, maybe with a slight backward tilt, and I'm going to follow this slower and more steady, or steadier if you're an English major. And that'll deepen it, widen it, and I'll be able to create the effects of it being actually written on the wood. So, that's what we're doing next. Is more along of what I'm looking for. Some depth, some thicker spots, some not so thick spots, and it's not perfect. And it probably never will be. I am not an engraver. See if I can get a good lighting on it. Nope, of course not. Good. It's a little deeper than it was. It's a little more stylized. Now, if there's any professional engravers, people that do this for a living, or are very good at it as a hobby, let me know what I did wrong. I'm always up for learning. I know that I picked a more stylized font, which allows me to get away with some things. But let me know what you think about that. Let me know if there's anything that I did gravely wrong or that I did right. I just need to tweak my technique. I'm gonna hurry up and get these finished, and we'll go from there. See you then. There we go. God is good. What I like to use for this is this mahogany flame. Not a sponsor, but if they want to send me some, that would be awesome. And the way that I like to use this is wipe it on typically, and then don't let it sit too long, and then wipe it off. So I'll take my rag, I'll fold it up so that I can hold it nice and easily. Now, I want where I engraved to be darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of dab it on over the engraving and then wipe over the whole area that I sanded. Hopefully getting rid of most of the sawdust. I'm almost out of this stuff. So, see, I'm going to dab over the engravings. Really try to get it to soak in there. Well, it is dry, mostly. It probably needs another day, but here it is. Here it is. God is good. Now this, in total, maybe 10 hours, including some of the dry time and making the pegs. Now, the way it's going to mount is these two holes, and what I actually did is inside the hole and upwards there is a hollow spot, so when it goes onto some screws it actually kind of latches it in. There's probably a better way of doing it, but right now I really don't have the money to buy any type of mounting gear. So that's how I engrave. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But I showed my wife the progress, and she was very happy with it. And that's ultimately who it's going to, so that's who matters. You know, if you guys want to do something that you've never done, want to try something that you've never tried before, and you're struggling trying to find when to do it or how to do it, or if you're going to be any good at it, it doesn't matter. Just do it. If you suck at it and you absolutely couldn't stand the process, don't do it again. Say, well, that's just not for me. But I know a lot of people have a creative side or a builder side. Maybe you're not into the frou-frou, artistic stuff, but you're still a builder. Build something. Create something. Do whatever it is you feel is going to nourish that part of yourself that's going to give you satisfaction and success. Now, like I said, this is like the third time I've ever engraved anything, and this was much more freehand than my last few things, and I think it turned out pretty good. I have a lot to learn. I have a lot of things that I can definitely do better, get better at. But that's part of the process. That's part of learning. And being an autodidact or someone that is self-taught, it is a bell curve. It is you're learning against yourself. And there's no roadmap for it. But even if you don't have a roadmap, it doesn't mean that you can't find your way there. So, I hope that you guys have a good rest of your week. I hope that everything goes well. And I'm really glad that you guys stuck around to this point and watched the whole video. If you liked what you saw, if you liked what you heard, please consider subscribing. Please hit the thumbs up button, like button, wherever you want to call it. And consider watching a few other videos and maybe making a comment. If you're a professional engraver, give me some tips. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go right? God bless you guys. And thank you for all the support. I'll see you in the next one. And always remember, if we're going to change the world, we got to take a chance at being bad at something so we can change ourselves.